Hello, everyone. It's been a minute. I know, I know. But welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Bridget of Bridget She Shed. And if you've watched me previously on YouTube, it's been about 2.5, maybe close to 3 years since I've posted a video there. Um, I have been pretty active on Instagram, posting different things that I've been making and involved with, but I have not come forward with a video in quite some time. I've had some health issues that I really won't go into, except to say that I am improving. I am feeling so much better, and I am so excited to be here with you today. I thought I would just pop on here real quick. I'm going to try and post this actually on Instagram because I have a new computer and I'm still trying to work out the bugs with trying to get a video up. So bear with me. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm still around. I'm still here. Still a big part of this knitting, crocheting, sewing, quilting, crafting community. And everyone is welcome here. Yes, I am wearing a tiara because today is Monday, August 10th, and it's my birthday. Yes, it's my birthday. See my lovely flowers that my sister sent me? Yes. I am the baby of the family, so it's just wonderful to be the baby. You get all the baby perks. Um, so I am enjoying the day, and I am just so blessed to be here, to be alive, and so thankful for my family, for my friends, and for all of you. Okay, so some of you may be new, or some of you may need a refresher. Um, I live in Arizona, just outside of Tucson, and yes, it is hot. Today is a cooler day, 103 today, and I'm hoping to be able to get this done before a storm moves in. We're expecting a monsoon storm later this afternoon, so hopefully I won't lose too much of the lighting. I've got the window open. I've got the ring light going. You might see it in my eyes. But I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse as to what I've been up to. I've been doing a lot of test knitting for socks. Thank you to Christy Archer of Christy Archer Designs. I've been doing a lot of test knitting for her, having fun with that. I've been doing a lot of gift knitting for family, and I have a couple of items that I want to show you that I've been working on. But first off, what am I wearing? This is the Luther top, and this is crochet, and this is from Tony Lipsky of TL Yarn Crafts. There we go. Isn't that adorable? So I have been on a mission this year to knit more plant fibers. Seeing as though I live in Arizona, warm weather climate, I don't normally wear a lot of my knitwear because it's too warm. Even in the wintertime, my knitwear is a little too warm. So I've been experimenting with some different fibers over the last couple of years. And so this year I really ventured more into plant fibers. You all know I'm a big Purl Soho linen quill girl, which is wool and alpaca and linen. But I wanted to try to get into more cottons, bamboo, hemp, those types of fabrics. So this was my first venture into a crochet garment. When I started this garment, I had more weight on me, so the size that I made at that time, it really fit my body for that time. By the time I finished it though, I had lost some weight. So I think by it being cotton, if I run it through the dryer on low, I might be able to shrink it down just a little bit. I do have yarn to make 2 more, and so I will go down a body size, but I still love it. It's oversized, but it's comfy. For the winter, I can throw on a long sleeve t-shirt underneath. But let me just show you right quick. Here we go. But I really love it. It has a split hem. And what I love about this pattern is by being crochet, it worked up really fast. I used a H hook, I believe. Let me check that on my Ravelry page. And this yarn is a DK weight yarn. It's by Paintbox. And let me just get some of the details so that I can kind of become correct with what I'm telling you. So how have you all been? What's been going on with you? I hope everything's been well. Let's see here. I have on my Ravelry, I should have had this pulled up. I'm so sorry. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm out of practice. And so bear with me. What have you been working on for the summer? Have you been doing any summer yarns? If so, let me know what you've been doing. And here we go. Okay, so this is Paintbox Yarns Cotton DK. And it's called, it's number 447, Dusty Lilac. And for those of you that do not know, I love purple and all things and all colors related to purple. Purple's grandmother, pink, her cousin fuchsia, and everybody in that whole range. And let's see, this top I made was a large, and like I said, so it's a little too big. I think I'll go down to a medium next time. And I used the size C, a US C as in cat, which is a 2.75 millimeter. And let's see, that's what I got gauge with. That wasn't the gauge of the pattern. The gauge of the pattern was a 4 millimeter, and that's because the yarn that was used was a thicker weight yarn. And I used 8 skeins, which was approximately 1,096 yards or 1,002 meters of the Paintbox yarn, and it comes in 50-gram balls, or not little, yeah, I guess balls, skeins. Okay. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this wonderful pattern? I started it on May 15th and I finished it on June 10th. So it took me a little over a month to work on it. Like I said, it was very easy. Everything is done in the round. There is no sewing of pieces together, which is what I loved about it. I did some new techniques that I didn't know that you could do, such as you do short rows for the sleeves. Who knew you could do short rows in crochet? I didn't. Like I said, this is my first crochet garment. I make hats, I made scarves, but I've never made a crocheted top or dress or anything of that nature, which is on my radar for my next project somewhere down the line. I love how you do with the collar. It's using double crochets and single crochets, and it is just a fantastic pattern, easy to follow. The hardest part I found was doing the buttonhole placket. Okay, now this is where, you know, as a crafter, we like to show off our, or point out our imperfections. But this was very challenging for me. And so I'm happy with the way that it came out. Now that I kind of got the concept down, when I do make this again, I believe it'll come out a little bit more polished, okay, than what it is now. The buttons I found on Etsy. My girl Shari, she hooked me up with this great button shop on Etsy. I can't remember the name right now, but I got these really cool vintage buttons from there to put on, and I could not be happier with this top. Okay, so that is the Luther top. So if you crochet or you're new to crocheting, give this definitely a try. Take a look at it. And let's see. My next thing that I have been working on that I'm finished, that I just finished. I have been on a gift knitting mission, and I have made 3 of these. I just finished my 3rd one, and this is the chapstick racer back tank by Jacques Cislak. I hope I said your name right, and I'm sorry if I butchered it. But this is the pattern here. And this pattern, I can't say enough about this pattern. Oh my gosh. It has a very new to me type of construction. It was challenging, but in the words of Gigi of Gigi Made It, it's not hard, it's just new. Everything is laid out. She has tutorials that you can click on to watch to see some of the techniques that she's talking about, and it's beautiful pattern, well written. It's quick. You just can't wait to get to the next point. What I love about the pattern is it is size inclusive. It comes with instructions on how to do bust darts and belly darts. So if you have a larger bust or a larger stomach area, so that it doesn't ride up and hang down in the back, she has ways on how you construct the tank to help get a better fit and better look so that the garment looks good on you. It is a pattern for every body style. I don't know if I said it, but it is size inclusive. It goes from a size 30 inch, which is a 75 centimeters, to 62 inch, which is 155 centimeters. And like I said, I've made 3 of them. 2 I've already given away to their new homes. I made one for my daughter for her birthday in July. I made one for my very best friend for her granddaughter. And I just made one that I just finished a couple of days ago for my granddaughter. And I'll show you that one because I haven't mailed it yet. It's not really a surprise. She picked out, I gave her some yarn choices, and she picked out the colors that she wanted, but she's probably forgotten about it since then. But here it is. Chapstick Racerback Tank. Isn't she gorgeous? And there's the back. So this tank, I used a yarn that is discontinued that I bought on a sample sale, probably about 3-4 years ago from Pearl Soho, and it was called Buttercup Cotton. It's 100% organic cotton, and it is, they call it Buttercup for a reason. It is buttery soft, and that's what this was made out of. And the colorway is called Blue Jay, and then the trim is a lighter blue, which was called Pale Denim. And it's almost like a bit like what we used to call baby blue. It's kind of like that, but it turned out really pretty. I modified the pattern just a little, which is, you can customize this pattern and make it your own by adding the 3 stripes here in the ribbing of the pale denim to go along with the edging. It's basically like you're making a regular tee or tank, with starting out, you're working it flat, and then you end up joining in the round and doing some other really neat constructive things, and then working in the round and stockinette. What was really the most challenging part to me of the whole thing was the edging. When I first saw the edging on the pattern, I thought it was an I-cord edging, and it's not. It's an edging using a 3-needle bind off, which was new to me, and that to me was the most time-consuming part of the whole project. So I was asking myself while I was doing it on the first one, is the juice really worth the squeeze? Until I finished it. And when I finished it and then blocked it, and then I said, yes, it was definitely worth it. So don't get frustrated. Take your time with doing the edging, and you get a beautiful, beautiful edge. So chef's kiss to Jacques. This is a beautiful, beautiful pattern. I have yet to make one for myself. I need to do that. Of the Buttercup, I used, this is a size 2, and I used 1 skein, which was 364 yards. And then the trim only took about 10 yards. The trim and the adding the stripes only took about 10 yards of the pale denim. But I'm so excited. Once I washed it and blocked it and laid it out, it just looks beautiful. I will try and insert a couple of pictures of the other 2 that I made. Those were made out of Pearl Soho's Santalina, and it's a fingering weight yarn, and it is made out of cotton, bamboo, and hemp, and it is a beautiful, oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful yarn. I have fallen in love. It is giving my linen quill a run for its money, and they're fighting now for space in my stash. And if you go back to some of my other YouTube episodes, you will see me talk about linen quill and the different things I've made with linen quill, linen quill, linen quill. Well, now you're going to start hearing Santalina, Santalina, Santalina. I am in love with that yarn, and I hope to be able to show you more projects made with it. So stay tuned. All right. what am I working on now? Currently, I am working on the clover tea for myself. And I'm enjoying this. And let me get the information up for you on the clover tea. 1 second. And I'm using a yarn that's new to me. And it is Drops Bell. I've been hearing a lot about Drops Bell, and I'm not really one of those trendy kind of people. Oh, you know, it's this yarn, so everybody's knitting with this and they have to have it and blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not one of those kind of people that I have to have it. Like when everybody was knitting with the what is that Lopi, you know, blown spun yarn thing. I didn't knit with that because that's too heavy of a yarn from where I live, so that wouldn't make sense for me. Not knocking it, just didn't make sense, and I wasn't going to knit something that I knew I wouldn't be able to wear. But the Bell's Drops, like I said, I was looking for yarns that would work for warm weather, and also doing the pricing with of yarn. So two of the brands that kept popping up was the Sandis Garn Lena or Drops Bell. And what I was finding in the different things I was researching is that some folks were saying that they're pretty much interchangeable between the two. So I ordered some Drops Bell, and I ordered it, oh excuse me, something just flew in my eye. I ordered it from a company out of Denmark, which was Linden Hobby. And I haven't been ordering any yarn from abroad due to the tariffs. But when I priced it out, and I saw that you could get it on Amazon, but when I priced it out on Amazon, even with the free shipping, the cost of the yarn per skein, I found it was cheaper if I got it from Denmark, even having to pay for shipping and the tariffs. The tariffs was like $4 for was the tariff fee, and then the shipping was another $6, so there was like $11, and I got 10 skeins, which 50-gram skeins, for $2.65 a skein. So it was nothing versus when I saw it on Amazon at the time that I looked, the skeins were going for almost $8, $9 a skein. So I went ahead and says, well, I'll try getting it from this company overseas and paying the tariffs and see what happens. See if, first of all, see if I even get it, because they were talking about delays with people ordering things abroad. And it came really fast, like within a week. It came, like 5 days I got it. So this is the clover tea by Lynette, and I am enjoying it very much right now. I'm just right here working on the yoke. It's a round yoke, so I'm right here working on doing the little lace motif there. The pattern is very it's easy to follow. The chart for this, I'm not a big chart person. I like to have mine written out, but it's not written out. I didn't know that before about the pattern. And the chart is so easy to follow. I do use Knit Companion, so I put it into, downloaded it into Knit Companion and was able to blow it up really big and use the tools there so that I could follow what round I was on, and it is very, very, very easy to follow. You have to use the chart. At least for me, I'm not able to memorize the chart. And yeah, it's got like 50 something rounds in the chart, and I'm not going to even try to remember that. Today's my birthday. No, I'm not doing that. So it's very easy for me to kind of look at and know what I'm doing. I've got markers put in for my pattern repeats and how many, stitches I'm supposed to have, and it's very easy to stay on track. But let me show you what I have so far. So, oops. This is this needle out the way. Here it is here. This is the Clover Tea. And it's top down, round, I think I said round yoke, with some raglans. And there's the lace. Now I did change one thing with the neck band. It calls for a ribbed band, a knit one, purl one, and I did a twisted. I guess you call it a half twist rib, because I only did the knits. I knit through the back loop, so I twisted the knit stitches, and I really like the way that looks on sweaters. So that's why it may look a little different than the pattern. But I am about 20 rounds away from finishing the yoke, and then I'll do some increases and split for sleeves, and then from there it's just all stockinette until I get to the bottom and do the ribbing down at the bottom, and then go back and work my sleeves. The sleeves I may make a little longer because I like my sleeves to come down to my elbow. So I'll try it on and see how far the sleeves are going. But this is my Clover Tea, and here is the yarn. It is the Drops Belle. And it is really nice yarn to work with. This colorway is number 34, which is Purple Orchid, and it's very pretty. Looks very vintage, which I like that. And it is 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and 14% linen, and it's soft. It is not hard. It's not crunchy. Sometimes linen can be kind of on the crunchy side, or the cotton can be kind of dry. Not at all. I love this. I can't wait to actually order some more and make some more tops out of this. I really, really like this. And it's a DK weight. And I didn't meet gauge. The pattern is 20 stitches for 4-inch using a 4mm, which is a US 6, and I got 18 stitches with that size needle. But I like the fabric, so I did a little sweater math, knitting math, or whatever you want to call it, and so I am making a size medium, and I believe that's going to fit just fine. I'll know more when I finish with the yoke and split for the sleeves and try it on, and then see if I need to make maybe some increases or maybe even more decreases on the shaping to see how it fits. I didn't want it to have a lot of positive ease, maybe like 2 to 3 inches of positive ease. I measured it against another sweater that I have, and that I really like the ease on that one, and it was about 2.5 inches of positive ease, and so that's what I'm trying to achieve with this pattern. But the drape on this, it should be great. What I saw on the swatch, it's really, really, really beautiful. So I can't wait. I started this on August 7th. It's when I cast on. So I can't wait to work this thing up. All right. Okay. I have one other item that is not on my needles yet. And this one is for the Hebs. And he wanted a summer shirt. So I am going to attempt, this is called the Slater. I'm going to attempt to make this shirt, and for him I bought the yarn. The yarn is Kobashi, which is sort of like a acronym in a way for cotton bamboo silk blend by Haiku that I purchased. And oh, I don't have it here. Let me grab that right quick. Okay, I'm back. And there's a cute little story to this. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I don't know what I did. But when I was looking at the yarn, and I bought the yarn from Simply Sock online, from Simply Sock website, and I love Simply Sock. They have all kinds of brands of yarn, and I believe they're in New York, and super quick shipping, and their pricing is fantastic. So what I did was I was looking, and it comes in, this particular yarn comes in both DK and in fingering. So I was looking at the fingering, I was looking at the DK, and I couldn't find a pattern in DK that I liked and that he liked. So I found the Slater pattern, and it's fingering. So then I started looking at the fingering. Now I know in my mind DK runs around 200 yards per skein, and fingering runs around 400 plus per skeins, but usually a minimum of 400. So when I switched over and started looking at the fingering, in my mind I'm thinking, oh, it's fingering, it's 400. I didn't even bother looking at the yardage. So when I found the color that he liked, I went ahead and ordered enough yarn for him. So I ordered three skeins that I needed for him. Well, when it came, I'm like, why is this yarn so small? Why are these skeins so small? And I'm saying, oh, did they send me DK? I says, but no, it feels like fingering. What happened here? And then I looked, and it says that it's fingering, but it's 220 yards for their fingering as well as for their DK. So I only had half the amount that I needed. So then I had to order more. So I ordered more. Well, you would think someone who's been knitting as long as I have and ordering yarn, that I would have put a comment, because they have a comment section, which I love their website. They have a comment section. I should have put in the comment section, can you please match this lot number if possible? And given them the lot number. I didn't do that. I'm thinking it's commercial yarn, it'll match. Hand dyed, I know, make sure always you get enough yarn for your project. But commercial, it'll match. Well, when the second batch came, it doesn't match. And to me, it's very obvious that they don't match. So I'm going to have to do some helical knitting, and that's where I knit and using two skeins. Knit one round in one skein and knit one round in another skein. So this is the original yarn here, and it's by Kobashi, and it is 55% cotton, 16% bamboo, 21% nylon, and 8% silk. And it's really nice. It's really soft. I can't wait. I've never used it before. I can't wait to get it on my needles and see how it behaves. This is called Gunmetal Gray, which is what he wanted. And that's the color that I received originally. Now, this is the additional one. The second set that I bought. Same yarn, different lot number. And if I do this, can you see the difference? I can see the difference, that this one's lighter than this one. Yeah. Sometimes you just have those days. So always remember, check your lot numbers, check your yarn, make sure you've got the right yardage. This is what I get for assuming that the fingering weight was going to come in 400 yard skeins versus 220 like the DK. I never would have thought that, so I didn't bother looking. Totally my fault. Nothing against you, Kobashi, or Haiku. Nothing against you. Totally my fault. And the fact that that almost looks the same there, that lighting. I don't know. I'll skein it up and see how it looks once I get it in the skein, and I'll do it. I have to swatch anyway, so I'll do a swatch, do a helical swatch, and see what happens. So what I'll do is I'll do a swatch where I'll knit a few rows in the one color, then I'll knit another few rows in the next color, and then do a third row of knitting helical, another section of helical, and then compare the three and see if you can really tell a difference. So, note to self, always check your yardage. Okay. Well, that's it for me for today. Thank you so much for being a captive audience. I think I've held you captive long enough. And I'm so happy to be here speaking with you. I don't know when the next video is going to come out, but I've enjoyed this, and thank you so very much. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're enjoying your summer. If you're here in the northern hemisphere, I hope you're enjoying your winter. If you're in the southern hemisphere, and I hope you're enjoying your makings. I love you all very much. Stay safe. Be well. Bye-bye.